evening, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and joined every Thursday, as always, my co-host Digger Jim. Jim, what's going on with you, sir?
Oh, doing great. Friday for me, peoples. Friday for me.
Same here. And a special co-host this evening, the one, the only, RemyQ Studios. How you doing, Remy?
Surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, we can say that? Yeah.
I don't know.
You can't forget the motherfucker. You can't say surprise without motherfucker.
Just in case.
Surprise.
And, of course, the guest of the hour this evening, the one, the only, Mr. DJ Linx. How you doing, DJ?
What's up? I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invite. I appreciate
Thanks for coming back.
I was excited to jump on today.
Well, I'm excited to see your books, but before we do that, give the quick 2 minutes. Who's DJ Linx? What can people find on your channel? And then we'll say hi to the chat. We'll come back to you for your first book.
Awesome. So I am DJ Linx, YouTuber, father, business partner, person.
The building.
Yeah. DJ Linx.
I'm DJ Linx. You can find me on YouTube. I do comic book content like the rest of us do. A lot of mystery box stuff. I'm kind of in a transition period where I'm doing mystery box stuff, but other comic book content as well. I have a series that I'm copying off of Mark from Legion of Comics that I'll be dropping soon, which is How Much Is My Collection Worth, my slab collection worth, and that'll be 10 slabs of video until we're done. And in the mix at 9 p.m. on Fridays, it's myself, my brother from another mother, Mr. RemyQ Studios, Nick from Comics, Tyler from Whack Comics, as well as Mark from Legion of Comics. And the 5 of us really formed a real brotherhood over the last couple of months and stuff like that, or years doing YouTube. So I'm super appreciative of those guys giving up their Friday nights at 9 p.m. for me.
The Illuminati.
We are the Illuminati. And that started as a joke, and then somebody said it during the stream, and it was like, oh shit, we got to run with this.
And now, before we get to the audience, also hashtag Link Squad. He does have a Patreon. The link is in the description below. And DJ, tell him a little bit about that.
Thank you for that, sir. So that's the channel membership. Before, we used to have the channel membership on YouTube, and then I got demonetized because somebody ratted me out.
Oh, he got burnt.
No, I'm just kidding. So I got demonetized, and then we moved the channel membership over to Patreon. And thank you both. All 3 of you guys are members of the Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. And that's just the channel membership, the way it would be on YouTube. Now, since then, it's been a journey. So I cleaned up my channel, resubmitted for monetization, got denied. Did a lot of learning in between to make sure I would hit those benchmarks in order to get monetized again. And I did. So I'm monetized again by YouTube. So I'm getting ad revenue. I'm not moving the channel membership from Patreon because it's just, for me, it's just so easy. I know some people just like all their stuff in one place. I like the Patreon. I like it separate other than YouTube. And then I think I have more freedom over there to just do posts and.
They coming to get your ass.
Right? Remy turned you in again.
Yep.
You see what I mean? There's the snitch was just like, oh shit, he got me. Yeah, so that's the Patreon. It's $4.99 a month, 1 tier, and you'll get entered every month for the Linx box. I'm posting up stuff behind the scenes, early access, things that you normally would get on a regular YouTube membership. Just the same thing over there on Patreon. I put a lot of emphasis on the monthly Linx box. So right now it's like a $250 value. Give or take, mostly give. And that's what we're doing. And then I got actually one of the books is actually in my pile because it's a book that I love so much that I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna give a copy of it out to the members this month. And I'm just really proud of that with the whole Linx Squad thing. And I think it's taken over a life of its own. It's funny because my name is synonymous with Linx Squad, and then you got Stick Around, which is hilarious. And that was never meant to be that. But I'm glad it did, that it's taken on.
Whenever anyone else on another channel says Stick Around, I'm like, that's not your tag.
Yeah, you owe him $1. $1, son. $1.
I would send a cease and desist because that motherfucker's trademark, son.
Right? All right,
I've tried many taglines and none of them stuck.
Right.
Stuck around. Try to stuck around.
You trying to
Stuck a square.
Las Cruces first in tonight. How you doing, sir? 82. Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? Nice to see you. Mr. Steve White from Canada. How you doing tonight, Steve? Good to see you, sir.
What's up, Steve?
Good buddy Joe, Anachronic Comics. How you doing tonight, Joe?
Give me some ice cream, Joe.
Mr. DVH, how you doing, Dr. Von Hoots? Nice to see you. John Big Daddy, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, hey, what's up, John?
And then, DVH says he knew that we were getting some DJ goodness, but RemyQ, what a treat. There you go, the obligatory ass kissing, Remy.
I swear.
I love you.
I mean, there's no ass.
Miss Tina Carrington, the best blue wrench in the business. Kyle, how you doing tonight, sir?
Wow, Kyle.
Sorry, I am going through this, and we will keep saying hi as people are popping in. But DJ, let's kick it off, man. We know it's hot in your room. Plus, we know you got some heat next to you. Let's see your first book.
That's probably what this was.
Shoot, I didn't even think about that.
Yo, shit, Gary, that is amazing. So,
There you go.
spoiler alert, this is going to be very Hulk heavy, very Silver Surfer heavy, very Thanos heavy. The first time I was on, that's the stuff that I presented. Those are like my favorite characters. 90s nostalgia is my jam as well, and then a couple of other things sprinkled in. So the first thing that we're going to start out with, and this is one of my favorite covers of all time, and it's a first appearance, and it has, you know, the Incredible Hulk, Doctor Strange, Namor the Submariner, and this is Defenders Marvel feature number 1.
Yeah.
So every time I tell somebody, when I was looking for this, I would be like, hey, I'm looking for Defenders number 1, and they were like, you mean Marvel feature?
You love it, nerd.
Yeah, I love how the Hulk is busting out in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's a nice book.
That is a really, really nice Marvel feature book, DJ. Fantastic.
Thank you, sir. So this is a raw copy. I actually own this as well in a 8.5, CGC 8.5. So this raw copy, along with other books, will be in the October Linx box for the Patreon members. Oh, you see how I did that? You see what I just did?
All right, I never won a Linx box. It's got to happen this year.
Yeah,
I know.
Wow. I
So
would love
this
a good
would be-
Marvel feature book.
Yeah, so I had bought this a couple of weeks ago. I bought a few books, and the goal was to buy this, get it cleaned and pressed, and send it off to CGC. So I got it cleaned and pressed from Dustin, the chiropractor, Two Brothers Comics, and I got it back. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give it like this because some people don't like their book slabbed. So I'm gonna put it in the Linx box like this. But this is
And
not
especially if you've never read that. What a treat!
100%. So I own a copy for the Linx Squad. I didn't just bring it out because I'm shamelessly plugging. I actually really, really dig this cover, and it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's not plugging hashtag Linx Squad.
Good start there, DJ.
There's going to be a bunch of plugs.
Right?
You all about to get plugged.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good book. I always love seeing Defenders 1. And it was just that whole Defenders series is fun. I mean, the mix of characters was always so eclectic. And even, you know, I don't know. I just love it. The Bronze Age is my favorite era of comics. I love the covers. I love everything that was going on in the covers. There was always just like a whole story happening right there. And as beautiful as some of our covers are today, sometimes they're just one note though. And you're like, oh, okay. Once you get past the initial beauty of it, there's not really a lot more to look into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it's true. There are a couple of modern things in here, recent things too, that I'm excited about. But no, you're absolutely right. I love when a comic book looks like a comic book.
Right.
We got the Blue Wrench putting up DJ's channel. Thank you, Tina.
Thank you, Tina. Greatly appreciate it.
All right, number 2, sir.
Oh, my hands are sweaty. So number 2, this is a recent book. I think this came out maybe 3 years ago at the max. Again, another Hulk book. But when I saw this cover, I was absolutely like, my mind was blown. Big fan of Alex Ross. Normally, I don't follow artists and writers. I'm all about the character. But Alex Ross as a artiste and his paintings and stuff like that. For interiors, I'm not really keen on him like that. But for his exterior art, and this is Immortal Hulk, rather. I'm sorry. So Immortal Hulk number 41. And this is legit one of my favorite covers of the last 3 years since I got back into comic books. I think it speaks volumes. You have Thing there and Hulk at the diner table, and the waitress, this black woman in this picture, she has all the power there, and it's just absolutely incredible. Like, I love this.
You always got to love a good Thing Hulk cover.
Yeah.
It's just one of the classic combos. It's too bad they don't have the Thing chomping on one of his signature cigars from back in the day.
That would have been funny. Yeah, you got a nice
diner from 1994.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw this. I bought a few copies of this. I sent one to CGC, and then now I have it raw. I gave the CGC one away on one of the In the Mix or subscriber milestone giveaway or something like that.
Right.
But legit, like when you reached out to me to get this was I think the second book that I thought of, and I was just like, yo, I absolutely just love everything about this cover. She's looking at the Hulk like, say what?
Matt Woods, that
wrong
cover's
with your
so
eggs.
cool. The way
Yeah,
you're afraid of nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, so that's the beauty of this, where it's just like these two mega powers, and they're just two patrons in this thing. So that's my second book. I love this cover.
That's awesome.
It's great. And Alex Ross did the covers for that whole series, didn't he?
Yeah, for Immortal Hulk, Alex Ross did 1 through 50, as well as 15 has a cover B that he did, and 20 has a cover B and a cover C.
Now, is that your all-time favorite Alex Ross Hulk cover, or just one you really like a lot?
It's one I really like a lot just because of what it represents. There's other covers. There's one in here that's amazing as well. That's part of it. During that Immortal Hulk run, oh man, like a bunch of them are just iconic. Like 17, like 18, like they're just insane. But that one just represents so much more with the whole power dynamics between the Hulk, the Waitress, and things. So.
Right. Well, yeah, it's good. It is good to see the big power guys kind of cowed a little bit, you know?
Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Everyone's scared of their mama or that big
Right.
that big powerful woman figure.
It's true, because no matter how big you are, you're still afraid to go home to get an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So, what do you think now? We all know that the Donny Cates run was a disaster. What do you think of the new run now that they've gone back to the horror roots?
Donny Cates. The new run with Philip Kennedy Johnson is absolutely phenomenal. So not only is the writing on par with the stuff that was in Immortal Hulk, all the horror vibes, like this is like a real horror book. The art as well, it's super dynamic, and the transformations of him to the Hulk are meaning him, David Banner, or Bruce Banner, whatever.
Right, Bruce Banner.
Dr. David Banner, a scientist.
I was gonna say you got that from the TV show when they were scared to call him Bruce.
Yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, those transformations are insane. I was reading a solicitation today that it was like the transformation in issue 6 that's coming up is the gnarliest transformation between Hulk and Banner. If you haven't been reading it, I highly recommend it. There was a scene, I think it was in issue 2, where, you know, Banner is just like, Hulk, I need you to come out. And Hulk is just like, no.
You have no power here.
Yeah. And then something happens, and then he's like, all right, now I could come out.
Nice. Well, I always thought it was cool. Like, you know, of course, the Hulk's the Jekyll and Hyde character, but I think it's cool with the Hulk where those two personalities actually get to battle with each other verbally and, you know, physically on the two different planes. It's just a cool dynamic, a little advancement from the old mythology.
Yeah, no, and I dig it. It adds, like you said, advancement, another level of complexity, especially when you talk about like dissociative identity disorder, things like that. So it's dope. What's up, Austin LeMay?
Yeah, Bruce messed it up when he did that whole spaceship Hulk thing. That was terrible. So
that was.
There should be a meta moment in the new series where Bruce just is talking to Hulk. He goes, "Look, that was fucking Donny Cates' fault, not mine."
They won't do that, but that would be awesome.
I'm going to go off cam for 1 second, just because my wife is passing me a bottle of water.
Oh,
thank you, babe. And then she'll get out in front of the camera.
Oh, that's all right. And then we'll go to number 3, DJ.
Number 3, numero tres. So number 3 is my favorite indie storyline of all time. This book, it was a 7-issue series fairly recently. I connected with this book immediately because my mom passed away in 2010. And in this book, the character, her mother passes away at the end of issue 1, spoiler alert. And the entire story is about wrestling with that tragedy and the thoughts that come with that. And, you know, it's wrestling, but it's all about wrestling with that tragedy and coming to grips with the loss of a parent. And that's Do a Powerbomb, number 1. Mm-hmm. Legit my favorite storyline of the last, I don't know what. Definitely my favorite indie storyline. Issue 7, it's only a 7-issue series. I never thought this would happen by reading a book. I fucking cried on my sofa. And I made a noise when I started crying. And you know, when I had to get up and walk away. Last time I made a crying noise was a Fault in Our Stars movie.
Well, that's the way it was with for me with Murder Falcon. I mean,
Same.
The sad part was a good buddy of mine had just lost his son to cancer, and I'm reading, and Mark had just sent me the book, and I was reading, and I'm like, oh my God, why am I reading this book? And it just, he just really knows how to hitch in the feels.
Yeah, so we do a Powerbomb and Murder Falcon. Like whoever you speak to, if they read Murder Falcon Murder Falcon first, they're gonna say that that's better, or that just affected them more versus do a Powerbomb. I happened to redo a Powerbomb, and then I went back and read Murder Falcon, and it was the same thing. I was just like tearing. I have 2 copies of this. This was signed by Daniel Warren Johnson. We happened to meet him at Heroes Con, and he was an absolute treat to talk to. I, heaped a bunch of praise upon him and like, yo, you're the shit. You're the next big thing. This is before Transformers stuff. Transformers was just announced. And I got this from him as well. So it's a 4x6 sketch of Optimus Prime by Daniel Warren Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So he did this in 10 minutes while Mark and I were there just talking and being like, hey, you're coloring outside the lines. And this not even colors. So again, shameless plug. So I have 2 copies of this. This copy as well as this picture that he drew. This piece of art. This will both be up as a package for Comics Curing Cancer.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got this with the intention to put it up with Comics Curing Cancer. But yeah, this do a Powerbomb. If you haven't read it, I highly, highly recommend it. That the twist and turns throughout is insane. But yeah,
I'll be saying fire.
Yeah.
So with you had the little Optimus Prime on the back there. Is that your favorite Transformer, Optimus?
It's funny. I'm not a big Transformers guy.
Yeah, me either, actually.
Yeah, I've never been. It's funny because when you talk about I'm not a Transformers guy or I'm not a He-Man guy, you have to look around because something's gonna get thrown at you.
I know. Everyone's like, you didn't get Transformers this week. I'm like, I'm not.
You don't like He-Man either?
Huh?
Well, you
Remy's gotta go. He's like,
I'm just wondering. I mean, is that what you're saying? No Transformers, no He-Man.
I've never given Transformers or He-Man the proper time to digest it, so I can't say whether I enjoy it or I don't. No, Remy, come back. I love He-Man. I love him and his muscles.
He's your best friend. So.
And
Sweet.
He has as good a disguise as Clark Kent, right? It's literally the same bowl cut that Adam, and He-Man have.
And literally the only 2 cats that have it in the whole of Eternia. They have it.
Right.
He just put an armor piece on his chest and nobody knows it's Prince Adam.
Yeah.
Transformers, I'm not really into it. I did pick up Transformers issue 1 because I'm a big fan of Daniel Warren Johnson. Murder Falcon do a Powerbomb. His run on Beta Ray Bill 2 was exceptional, and I really enjoyed the first
Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, so
that was a good mini.
I picked up 3 copies. I was like, I'm gonna do this spec thing all of a sudden, so I picked up 3 copies.
He made me feel really bad for Beta Ray Bill with him and Sif.
Yeah. I was just like,
I'm reading that. I'm getting all mad. I'm like, Sif, you better get with that horse.
Hashtag bestiality. But even with that, it was a whole Beauty and the Beast or Phantom of the Opera type story with him,
right?
Yeah. Yes. So it's like,
but he made you feel bad for Beta Ray Bill, like he was really humanized in that miniseries.
And Beta Ray Bill is packing.
Number 4, DJ.
It's Remy's fault. Number 4, this is some 90s nostalgia goodness. Like last time I mentioned, I love the 90s. Spider-Man 1, New Mutants, X-Men, the Jim Lee stuff, Foil. Particularly with the Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee stuff. Or this is Rob Liefeld, actually. And this is New Mutants 87. And, I was raised on movies like Commando and Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a god amongst men. Yes, Remy, go.
Real quick, DJ, I'm sorry to interrupt. What does that say in the top right corner of that tab?
What are you, Canadian?
Right? He's channeling Chris the comic vet over there.
First appearance of Cable, Strife, and the Mutant Liberation Front.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so I picked this. You're very welcome. I picked this up at New York Comic Con last year, and I was able to upgrade my copy. So I got this as an 8.0. I loved Rob Liefeld back then. I'm gonna say back then because I haven't really purchased any of his stuff lately. Like I was saying, I was raised on a lot of those 80s machismo macho movies. The bigger the muscles, the bigger the guns. Right. And then when X-Force came out, well, New Mutants, and then X-Force came out after that, I loved it. Cable was one of my favorite characters. It was cool to see like an older cat, like with white hair, kicking ass. Right. You know what I mean? Like
and the writing was so good on that series. Regardless, everybody was reading it. Even people that say they hate Liefeld, everybody was reading it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the guy can't draw feet for shit, but this, because I have 2 copies. I have this in a 9.4 in the PC because I upgraded. This will be available at Comics Curing Cancer as well in 2 weeks. But I absolutely love this cover. The funny thing about it, during the pressing or the printing of the book, you're gonna get different variations of the color of the
right.
color.
Right.
So this one is a deep red. My 9.4 is orange, and they're both first prints, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But you still see that with comics sometimes. You pick them up like, wait, is something wrong with this one? And it's just the shading's different for whatever reason.
Yeah, but that one I think is the most noticeable one or the most famous, maybe because it's a first appearance or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, it's super noticeable, especially for it to be
all those floating heads.
It must have been a good issue. I mean, they did a second print of it. I mean, back then they didn't do a ton of second prints.
One of my favorite people, Jerry.
Yeah, that's true. The gold cover.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got to ask you, because since you're on and one of your slogans is "stick around," did you get that from Arnold when he's like, "Hey Bennett, stick around," and he like puts the pipe through him?
So he said, "Hey Bennett, let off some steam."
Yes, let off some steam. Yeah. But he did say "stick around" on Predator.
Yeah, and
Predator with the knight. Yeah.
You know what's funny? So when I did my first video, that just came naturally as I did it. Again, I'm a huge fan of Arnold. Predator, as you can see right there, Predator is my favorite movie of all time. I think it's the greatest action movie of all time. Even though Terminator 2 gives it a run for its money, I just think Predator is a perfect movie. When I was doing my first video, that like literally just came out, stick around. But I was just like, it's definitely 100% from Arnold, whether subconsciously or purposely.
Right?
But yeah. Stick around. Stick around.
Now, have you been reading the new Predator series from Marvel?
Yeah, so I've been
reading. They've been really good.
I
like the one. I like the dichotomy with the girl, and they're doing something different with the Predators because I've liked all the movies so far, but every movie is basically the same movie, just with different people.
Right.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And they've actually done some different stuff with the Predator, with that girl hunting them and stuff, which I thought was cool.
No, I think that was cool as well. It wasn't terrible. I'm reading it and I'm continuing to read it because I love the character. I'm not a fan of. It's not even like a fair fight. Like she just beat their asses. Like,
no, she lost an arm and stuff.
Yeah, but then she got a metal one back, and it's like,
that's okay. That's what you do. You lose a body part, you get a robotic one.
I want to see a predator and a human character fall in love.
Oh no!
And like a predator is sent to hunt against his will just to appease his dad, and they fall in love and run away together.
Buddy cop movie with predator.
Now this book made me mad.
Why?
Because it may be a great read, it may be good. You did not need to charge $8 for Predator versus Wolverine.
Well, that's true, but
that was some BS.
That's not the book's fault. That's the that's
Marvel. I'm distinctly blaming Marvel.
Yeah,
it was totally the book's fault.
Yeah, there you go. Jerry wants the same thing, but he wants it X-rated. DJ.
Hey, I mean that's a different type of predator.
That Predator wing in there. If you can have Batwing, you can have Predator wing.
Does it open this way? All
right.
Oh. All right. Number whatever.
You're pregnant for life.
Oh,
right, number 5.
One ugly penis. Number 5. This is a recent cover, and this is one of my favorites because I am a big fan of this artist. I met this artist on Instagram. I went back and forth. I'm like, yo, I really dig your stuff, blah, blah. Got him to come on C3 last year to donate a piece. He put up a piece, an amazing piece of Spider-Man. I wind up winning that piece. And like 2 days after I got it, I commissioned 2 more pieces. So I own 3 24 by 24 pieces from this artist, as well as another one that he did on a subway map, a New York subway map. So this is 8 Billion Genies number 7 by Bran Flakes.
Nice.
And this dude is just dope. He's bringing on another piece for C3 next week as well, or 2 weeks from now. But this is dope, man. 8 Billion Genies. His style just speaks to me. Growing up in Brooklyn, inner city, urban, graffiti, hip hop. Like, this is dope. And then it's like, it has a little RW over here. And that's for Robin Williams, because Robin Williams played the genie in Aladdin. And this is his first and only cover, Brand Flakes and exclusive. And this was like a Izzy's Comics exclusive, not to be confused with Izzy versus NYC. And I like really dig this. I bought so many copies. I think I bought like 10 copies of this, had it slabbed, and I was just giving it out on like different streams. So it was like,
nice.
Please just keep this. Like, it's not worth anything, but it's just fantastic, fantastic art. Brand Flakes art on Instagram.
It doesn't, it doesn't have to be worth anything. You just got to love it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When I first saw his art on Instagram, I don't even know if you'd seen it yet, and I was like, "Damn, DJ sees this. He's gonna wig. This is exactly up his alley right here." And I think like that very next week, you were like, "Look, I found this guy called Brand Flakes," and I was like, "Good, I'm glad he found him." I wasn't gonna share it with him or anything, but I wanted him to find it naturally.
I'm gonna deviate for a second just to show. So I have to get this frame. So this is not a print. It's an original art piece. It's on a New York City subway map.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, that's the part that impresses me the most. Is it's not just plain. He's using actual texture. He's using something that is something else and repurposing it for art. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, it's markers, pen, paint.
Yeah, he's using all of them.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of his.
No, and that's great. That represents Miles so well.
Yeah.
You got the subway. You got it's really good. All right, number 6.
So number 6, this is another recent book, and this is as recent as a couple of months ago. When I first saw this cover, we were doing a show together. So I was selling comics at a booth, and then he was set up right next to me. We have a relationship, and I saw this. This was on the backdrop of his booth. So he had just redid his booth, and I was just like, yo, what is that? So then he was telling me about this, and this was months before this even came out. So this is World Tree #1, and this was done by Matt Wilson. Now,
wow,
his approach to doing these covers is insane. So none of this stuff is digital. So what he does is he'll make a giant canvas. He'll start taping stuff to the canvas, spray paint, do like a paint blotch, and then with with a chisel, scrape some paint off. So he's very unconventional, and then he'll add the numbers in digitally. So he'll scan this in, and he did the cover to my Dead End #1. So what he does, it's like a big ass piece. He'll cut it and scan it in piece by piece, and then he'll change the colors, like the contrast or something like that, and then he'll add in like the ones and things like that. But his style is super unique, and getting a peek behind the curtain of how he does these things is just like, it's fascinating to know. Where like with Dead End, like people thought it was digital, and I was like, it's not digital. Like I sat with him at New York Comic Con at the booth last year, and I was just like, the alcohol thing that you do, what is it? And he showed me how to do this thing. Like you just pour alcohol and take cotton, and I was just like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, that cover is amazing. Like hold that cover up some more. That cover makes me want to see what he would. That is very Hellraiser to me. Like that could be, if you made that square in the back, it could be Lamartian's box. I'd love to see what he would do with a Pinhead or Cenobites.
Yeah, he's dope. Yeah, exactly. Now I see it in the body.
Right? I mean, he looks like that style looks like it would be perfect for Hellraiser.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So that's what makes me appreciate this even more, because of the way, like, I know he does his art style, and it's not just all digital. Nothing against digital art, but this is absolutely incredible. He actually did the cover to Unnatural Order, the C3 exclusive, and he was showing me like in progress pictures, and it was just like the funniest thing. So like the flames was like things taped to like a board, and then it just turned into flames, which is absolutely incredible.
Right, and there's a lot of artists that are doing kind of stuff like that, where it's not just a flat surface with a piece of work, but they're actually adding different materials on, and it comes together as a whole. There's an abstract to it, but it comes together it's so seamless. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, so big shout out to Matt Wilson, and he's just an incredible dude as well.
Right, well, and that's a great thing, right? You meet these artists, and whether they're writers or artists themselves, but you meet these creators, and when they're humble and they're nice and they just want to interact with their audience, it's really just a great experience.
And
Yeah.
what was the other book you were talking about? The when he just
Unnatural Order.
Unnatural Order.
Yeah.
And where can you find that?
Unnatural Order. You can
We're trying to get a plug in for you, DJ.
Yeah, you can pre-order it at djlinx.bigcartel.com. They're up for pre-order. 100% of the proceeds are going to Comics Curing Cancer. I'm not just saying this so you can run out and buy it, but we learned that Volt is doing a special printing. It's supposed to come out first week of November. They're pushing it so that it could get delivered to New York Comic Con next Thursday. So a portion of those are going to go to be sold on the floor at New York Comic Con. So if you want a guaranteed copy, you better go to djlinx.bigcartel.com in order to secure your copy.
And Anachronic Comics already has his copy secured.
Shout out to Joe. He was one of the first. A big shout out to Matt Wilson. It's funny, like meeting him, he reached out to me. So he was just like, hey, you going to Terrificon? And I was just like, yeah. And he was just like, oh, let's meet, blah, blah. And then I look at his picture. I didn't know he was an artist or anything. It's like, and that's the beauty of this comic book community, because you meet so many people you normally wouldn't speak to, right? So rock and roll dude, tight ass skinny pants, pink hair, and I just love him now. Like it's crazy.
Well, it's cool, and not only people that you meet locally, because even through this YouTube thing, I've met people that I even go to the same comic shop to that we never even ran into each other all these years.
Right.
We became friends, but just you make like the boys from Whack Comics, right? You meet people from Australia. You meet people from, and we're just leaving Tyler out of that. You meet people from, but you meet people like, in my case, from Britain, from Austria. It's just amazing.
North Carolina.
Raise up.
All right, number 7, DJ.
So numero 7, and this is one of those comic books that look like a comic book. I bought this. I wasn't trying to get it slabbed up, but it was a fantastic deal. 2 of my favorite characters, and this is Tales to Astonish number 93.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
And I think this is this was the 4th appearance of Silver Surfer, right? This is the first appearance outside of the Fantastic Four 48, 49, and 50. This is, to me, one of the best covers of Silver Surfer, not including anything modern, because obviously modern stuff, it's like a whole different ball game. But this thing is absolutely incredible, showcasing 2 of my favorite characters. I love this thing. Tales to Astonish number 93.
It is. And the Silver Surfer shouldn't work as a character in any way. And every time you see him, he's so dynamic and so cool looking. It's completely perfect.
Yeah, and what's funny about it, like just reading it and his body language, the way he's drawn, you know that he's it's so weird, but he's a genuine character. Like he means what he says. He's so good and good natured, and that just comes across. And this is dope. Mary Severin and Frank Giacomo cover. Mary Severin doesn't get a lot of props. She deserves all the props in the world. She
does, and she worked on everything at Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
so did Giacomo, though. He was on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, did you watch the 90s Silver Surfer cartoon when it was out?
I did. I actually watched it like 2 years ago.
On the Disney
when
Plus?
Disney Plus came out, I was just like, yeah, I'm watching everything again. This is amazing.
Right?
It was cool. Thanos, I think the same guy that voiced Skeletor voiced Thanos. So they had like the same thing, but I really liked it.
I really liked that Hulk cartoon from back then too.
Mm-hmm. Hulk was pretty cool. I remember I remember when Hulk first debuted, I was like, what? Because people were like dying. So they were like, G.I. Joe, the plane exploded, helicopter, and the parachute. There was no parachute. And I was like,
oh no, it was great. And then I love it. Like that was the Hulk one too. Was one of the first cartoons that had like Ghost Rider guest appearance on it, which was cool.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like right now I'm watching rewatching Remy's favorite cartoon, Batman the Animated Series. So I'm rewatching that
as well.
And yeah, I'm gonna go back to probably Spider-Man. I'd never seen the entirety.
Oh, the 90s?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you never watched it, although I'm not a big Batman guy, Batman the Brave and the Bold cartoon's fantastic.
Yeah, I heard that.
All right, number 8, sir.
So number 8, This is also a super modern cover. So this came out in 2021 at the tail end of 2021. When I saw this cover, I was just like, holy shit. Again, representing two of my favorite characters. I'm a big fan of like the Italian artists. So you got Lucio Perillo, Gabriel Delato, even Alex Ross's art style, like that whole painty vibe.
Sure.
Absolutely, I'm a sucker for that stuff.
The
So when I
painty
saw this-
vibe.
The painty vibe. There you go.
Oof. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that one was gorgeous.
This is insane.
Who? I mean, where did that come out of, though? I mean, was that a
So this is a big time collectibles exclusive in collaboration with Slab City Comics.
okay?
They have this one and then the trade dress. This is a Virgin. I think Nick Kicks in Comics. I don't know if he AOK'd it to me or if I just purchased it from him for cost.
Right.
But this thing is legit, absolutely incredible. One of my favorite. This cover, as well as that Immortal Hulk number 41, top two covers for me since I got back into comic books.
Got Tina saying, "Wow," Hulk Collector saying, "Oh my, Eddie, that's beautiful."
Yeah, that's a good one.
But what I like about that cover is it kind of showcases the Silver Surfer's power because he's sitting there, the Hulk's running at him, his big ass mean reflections in the surfboard, and Surfer's still like, He's just still chilling
like
there with
up.
the surfboard.
Who's the artist on it?
This is Lucio Perillo.
Joe Perillo. There you go, Joe.
Yeah, and then you got the Silver Surfer custom CGC label. Yeah, this thing is
that's an awesome pick, DJ.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that one Ghost Rider one Perillo did was incredible too.
Yeah, that one I love.
Yeah, Perillo is absolutely fantastic. He has a Thanos one for I forgot what I have bought it twice and I gave it away both times. I forgot what it was, but it's Thanos and he has the Infinity Gauntlet looking menacing. I forgot what it was for. I have to buy it again and give it. And it's super inexpensive.
Perillo, but it's all Conan and Red Sonja Perillo.
Oh, he's fantastic on Red Sonja.
Yeah. Oh, and Sheena too. He does really well with.
Yeah.
And even a couple of his Vampirellos, even though I'm not a big Vampirello person.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. I know Joe likes him. Joe loves saying his name. All right, number 9, sir. That was a sweet cover. That's a hard one to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number 9. Oh, we're gonna knock that one out the water. So I'm not a big fan of homage covers. So I just don't like it. Even though I get the concept, it's something quick and easy. And if an artist is given direction to do that, that's fine. I'm more of I love original like kind of ideas. But this right here is Alex Ross, and this is Immortal Hulk 20. And this is one of his exclusives, I think, from the website or like a San Diego Comic-Con. Well, Alex Ross art from his website. This to me is everything that I love. So it's a homage of Incredible Hulk number 1. It's Alex Ross. It's a Virgin cover, and it's done absolutely remarkably. That thing right there, like this blow this up, and this could be a painting hanging in your living room above your fireplace, next to your chair where you use your cigar and drink your brandy.
Yeah, I haven't even seen that cover by him. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's immortal.
And I love the way it kind of glows in the middle. It always amazes me when an artist like that can do something that lively with light and make it look like it's something that's actually shining.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Representing that gamma explosion. That's why the light is there. Like that's the nucleus for that explosion. And then he turns into the Hulk. Glad that the Hulk is gray as he was represented in the first issue of the Hulk. Yeah, this is gorgeous.
Now, being a Hulk guy, we'll diverge a second.
Sure.
What's your favorite iteration of Hulk? Are you a Maestro guy? Are you a Smart Hulk guy? Who's your favorite Hulk?
In comics, I would say Professor Hulk only because that's the Hulk that I got into first. So when I got into comics, it was like early 90s stuff. So around 377, that's when he got smart and everything with Pantheon and things like that. So he was Smart Hulk, but he was also kind of arrogant. So people think that it's Banner's in control. It's not. So Smart Hulk is just another iteration of the Hulk.
Right.
He thinks he's Banner, but he's not.
Right.
He's kind of a douchebag. But yeah, all that stuff with Pantheon and things like that, I really, really enjoyed that. And then going back, I love the just leave me alone type Hulk. Immortal Hulk is top drawer. That's the greatest run of Hulk ever. I don't know if that'll ever be topped. Like, that is so emotional, visceral. You got horror in there. You feel bad for him. I teared up in the last issue. I had a couple of lines of dialogue, not even things that happened, where it was like, I wasn't expecting that. Yo, legit.
Now, Eddie was asking you what issue of Hulk that was again.
That was Immortal Hulk number 20, the Alex Ross art exclusive B. So for Immortal Hulk 20, there's 3 different exclusives. The other one that was Alex art exclusive A is Hulk holding up a tank. That's also a Virgin cover. That is absolutely incredible. And yeah, they're not cheap. For some odd reason, like the Immortal Hulk issues aren't like inexpensive. I think like from issues 1 through like 20 or 22, you're going to pay maybe like $15 on the cheap end. There are some of them that are, because they're like all keys, like introducing new characters that'll probably never show up anywhere, but they're not cheap.
Well, they need to bring Hulk's toughness back in live action.
Yeah.
They do, man.
He is not tough anymore.
No.
They totally neutered him. It's like, I understand like nerfing him, but it's like, come on, man. Doesn't make any sense.
I think if we hit the C3 goal this year, that you should have to dress up as emo yoga Hulk, like in She-Hulk. Get your little spandex on and
no.
grr.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
Right? No, but like you want, like that's what I like. I like what's his name as the Hulk. I think he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the Hulk as represented in the Edward Norton film.
Yeah.
Not so much Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, but the Hulk in that. Like when he was next to Abomination and the She-Hulk, I'm like, why is he like 2 foot shorter than Abomination?
Right. Yeah, it makes no sense. Like it's an infuriating, but Edward Norton's representation of that Hulk, it was dope, because at the end of the day, Hulk is just a reluctant hero. Like he just wants to be left alone, but if he sees someone in need, he's gonna stop and help. Like, all right, fine, I'll help. He's always putting himself and his needs, other people's needs in front of him. And that's the beauty of the Hulk. Like he just wants to be left alone, but it's like, all right, fuck it, let me do this. And what damn you, Disney.
Right. But and a shout out to the OG Hulk show, like one of the best scores, that little Lonely Man score.
Yeah. And that's the show. That's what got me into the Hulk. That was my first that I could remember. Like I don't remember like a lot of stuff, but I remember like getting up early on a Saturday and it was Hulk and the corny ass Spider-Man, and I just love the Hulk. For some reason, I've always gravitated toward exciting and like violent things, and that was just like him changing into this monster because he was mad.
Right.
That was my dad. So
one of my favorite guilty pleasure episodes is when he fought the old Hulk dude. Remember when he found that old guy was a Hulk?
Yeah. Oh man, that was fantastic. I started rewatching it. I got through like the first 3 episodes of the first season. That first episode is hilarious, where he's trying to flip over the car, and that's the first time he transforms into the Hulk.
Right,
like that, and then the close up of the eyes.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, I like that Bruce is such a rage beast. All it takes is him slipping with the wrench to get that mad.
Yeah.
Fucking I'm walking out. I'm done.
That's why I never change a flat tire in the rain. I don't know what happened.
But throwing the bear. True New York's. All right, number 10, DJ.
So number 10, and it's funny because I rewatched the previous episode that I was on just so I wouldn't show anything. And in that episode, I was talking about this book, and I was just like, this is going to be my grail of all grails. I want to get this one day and blah, blah. And this is it. Like, this is legit my grail of all grails. Nothing will ever top this. And this is the Incredible Hulk number 1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and a CGC 3.0.
Remy, you got to do your slam.
Hey, DJ, what does that say in the top right corner, if you don't mind? If you could please share that with us.
What is this in the top right corner? Origin and first appearance of the Incredible Hulk, first appearance of Rick Jones, Betty Ross, and General Ross.
And a lot of great first appearances, and just again, like one of those covers. It's just so good.
Mhm.
Right.
That's it. Hey, smoke them if you got them.
Now,
Smoke 'em if
DJ,
you got them, guys.
what was it like? What was it like finally getting that and holding it?
I don't want to say I said I cried a lot on this, but even right now I'm like in disbelief. Like because yeah, it's on the shelf, it's there, it's like whatever. But like I can't believe like I own this. Like I don't know if I'm dumb for buying this. But it's I don't want to say it's all downhill, but everything else is a side quest now because this is the thing that I've always want. Like look, like it's the
Right, everything else is icing. You got the cake.
On the computer here, like it's a reminder to go after your goals and all that stuff. And I was able to pick this up. I had put out my goals video for 2023, and in it, the only thing that I said that I was going to work on was this run, right, of 1 through 6. So then the opportunity presented itself to get the one. Didn't had any of them, but then I was just like, do I work toward the other ones first or get this one? But if I get to the other ones, I'm probably not going to get this one because I'm spending so much money on the other ones.
Right.
I was just
and
like,
that one doesn't go down in price ever. So by the time you got to it, it'd be even more expensive.
Right.
I disagree. So this has went down in price, and I'm like, which is on cover price, not on like eBay last sold. But yeah, no, I got this in January, and I didn't tell anybody. I think I told Remy. A couple of other people, but I always said when I redo my room, because I used to film in the other room, this is going to be the first video that I recorded. And I remember we finished the room, put everything on the shelves. I didn't have the table in yet, and I recorded the video just standing up in front of the camera because I wanted this to be the first video that I did, and it was like my Grail video. But no, this thing is absolutely incredible. I can't believe I own it. I can't believe I'm in a position to own it, which is a whole different conversation. But
right,
especially, you know, where I come from and stuff like that, which is it's insane. But this is a constant reminder that dreams do come true. Anything is possible.
Has Hot Toys ever done a replication of that cover with the toys where you can have the Hulk and the banner in front of them?
No, the closest thing that they've came to was Avengers 1, the movie Avengers 1. They released like Banner separate and then Hulk, and then they released a 2-pack of Mark Ruffalo's Banner and then Hulk.
That would be such a great display with like that statue next to that book.
Right.
They made one like that.
There are a couple of statues. I don't know if it's been released yet, but there's like a Jack Kirby one that I think RemyQ Studios is releasing. That's absolutely incredible. There's one like that, but I just don't like it. I forgot what company released it. It's either XM or Prime One, but
tag in Remy.
Do you think that's something you might get into, DJ? Do you think you might start collecting statues now, or?
I only collect and review enough statues to get nominated for statue review at the CBC Awards. So I meet the bare minimum quota.
Right.
So it's like 5 statue reviews, and you can get a nomination. So I just slid right in there.
I didn't know if that was something that you were going to start getting into or not. Statues.
Yeah.
No, I would just love to see that book next to. I didn't know if they ever made a statue like that. I mean, that would be incredible. Like, it's such an iconic cover. Why wouldn't they have done it?
Yeah, and I think that there's one, I forgot the maker, but those are like super pricey because it includes 2 statues basically. So you got Banner and then you got Hulk.
Right.
They're just like super expensive to make. Just like a Ghost Rider statue is super expensive because of the motorcycle and the flames. Nobody wants a Ghost Rider statue with just Ghost Rider standing there.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, you want the whole set piece.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, number 11 with a personal story attached, DJ.
So number 11 with the personal story, you could probably see it there. This is the salve, right? So this is our latest exclusive, and I'll tell you why this is a super personal story. So this is the metal version. This one will be up for auction at Comics Curing Cancer. There's 7 medals that exist, 1 for each of the guys in the Illuminati, 1 for Austin LeMay, and then 1 that we're putting up at Comics Curing Cancer. So this book means a lot to me because it represents the Illuminati, our friendship, and talk about Nick, Remy, Mark, Tyler, and then Austin LeMay on the cover. And that's one of those things where you want to do things with your people. Like, you don't want to just eat alone. You want to bring everybody into the fold. And this is a manifestation of that. And I was super happy that everybody got involved. There's still some copies available for sale as well.
Mine.
Yeah, no, and I was just super happy that everyone was willing to do this and getting on board. True behind the curtain thing, the five of us were looking for something to do to get Austin LeMay involved in. So it wasn't like this opportunity came up and then we went to Austin. Like, we were talking months ago, yo, what can we do? We need an Austin LeMay cover. Like, what can we do? And then this opportunity presented itself. So not only is it like the five of us, good friends, Austin LeMay, and then Javon Jordan as well, who wrote the book, also a good friend of mine. The only person I don't know involved in the book is the interior artist, because he doesn't live in the United States. But it's like all homies involved with the book. And yeah,
Right.
let me show it again. And it just means that much more to me. And it's absolutely incredible, man. So big shout out to all these cats. Remy, I love you, dog.
Love you, man.
Now you're going to get one graded so you can have like that 10.0 on your shelf?
So it's funny because I sent my medal and it came back a 9.6. I sent out 2 paper ones literally today. I sent the 2 paper ones, the Demon, Luke Cage, and 2 other books. And yeah, I want to put them on the shelf. So right here I have my Hail Crow, my Dead End, an Austin LeMay commission cover. I want to put the salve there as well. When the Unnatural Order comes out, send that to CGC. I want to put that up there as well. Funny thing is, with these covers, I always get, I have it there. I don't want to turn around. So I always get 11 by 17 print made of the covers, and I get them professionally framed, and I have them there. Because for me, it's something that I thought I would never do or never be involved in comic books. Like, for us, we love comic books and all that stuff, but to get involved in like the business of it is a whole different ball game.
Right.
And to be like super proud of these books, with the Unnatural Order, it'll be my 4th like kind of exclusive that that's being released. And I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a retailer. I'm not any of that stuff. And it's super humbling. So for like Hail Crow, for example, that's the rarest version of Hail Crow. You only got that book if you knew me. And that was for like $150 on eBay raw. So
I got mine here right over there.
yeah, you need to sell it, baby. Go ahead. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I got a couple of your exclusives.
Yeah, but back to the salve, it's just a culmination of the love that I have for my guys, for my men's, and I appreciate you all, man. Appreciate you all.
You got to pull out that family line from the Fast and Furious.
I'd rather say
I've never watched a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah,
Oh, they just look like such hot garbage.
Yeah, it's not my jam. No offense to people that are both fast and furious, or just one or the other. You don't have to be both.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but that book is cool. I mean, what a great representation of everything that you guys do together.
Right.
Yeah, my men's.
I know. It just needed a chainsaw unboxing.
Ooh.
All right. Now your spec pick.
Oh,
So,
wow.
My spec pick, we're gonna keep it in the Hulk world, and this actually heated up a while back, especially when they released the Maestro series. They released 3 Maestro series last year, a couple years ago, or something like that.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, they were really, really good. This is Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect from 1993. First appearance of Maestro, done by the late, great George Perez, who did the interiors and everything on this book. I want to say, because people are like leaning toward, they're not going to do a World War Hulk, because you
because
can't.
we got a taste of that already in Thor.
Yeah, you already bastardized it with Thor Ragnarok, even though I love Thor Ragnarok, but whatever. But I could see them, if they wanted to do something dark, like introduce Maestro, like in the multiverse, even if he just walked out or whatever the case may be, or they showed him somewhere.
Right.
I think that's the way he came about is dope. Like, he survived the apocalypse and humans ruined everything, and he knows best. So now he wants to just take over. He's not a bad guy. He's a guy with a vision.
I loved reading it. I mean, that last run they did with him, I loved picking it up every time it came out.
That whole trophy room.
Yeah.
I mean, that art by Perez there, you could look at it every time and find something new. And just to see what happened to Bruce Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane. Speaking of statues, and I know a lot about statues because I'm nominated for a CBC award on statues.
Maestro.
I think it's Prime One Studios. It might be Prime One Studios. They're releasing a statue of Maestro. I call him Maestro, not Maestro. Maestro. On a throne, and with all the attachments of all the things in the trophy room. So it's huge, but it costs a grip. Like, it's insanely expensive. Right? And it's everything: Thor's hammer, Magneto's helmet, like the Wolverine, whatever, Captain America's shield, all like that. Even the symbiote in like the little vial thing, it looks absolutely incredible.
You need a room that's just that as the centerpiece,
right?
Yeah, that you can't just put on the shelf. That's literally one of those things where it's in a room encased in glass where you have to walk around it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So is that something you're getting? Are we going to see a future unboxing with that?
No, only if I want to keep my best statue review title if I win the CBC award. It's fun. I don't have any space for anything else. So even with the Hot Toys, I had bought one and it's still in the box, and I had it there for a couple of months already. Like, that's the only downside to moving in this room. Like, it was a dream come true to be able to like put up these shelves and display everything the way that I wanted, but there's no building on it unless I swap things out.
Right.
So it's like a gift and a curse where I'm like that, but I'm like, oh man, I gotta look at these same people forever.
Yeah, but I mean,
switch out.
You can't be having the Alien and the Predator on your shoulders.
That's my devil, and that's my other devil.
Right?
Yeah.
Great books, DJ.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was fantastic, especially seeing that Hulk #1.
That whole thing.
Right?
I'm working on my run. I have 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, so I just need to pick up 4.
Way to come in at the last second, Adrian.
I know.
I got to get Drac back on for a second appearance too, just like Remy.
Yeah. We need to get hit his sponsor, Beans.
Right?
Beans in the tummy, beans in your room. Shout out to
but those are great. I knew when you posted a picture with the slabs, I'm like, these are a bunch of Grail books for seeing tonight.
A few of them, yeah. Some of them are just awesome covers. Like the Hulk one, the Immortal Hulk one. I was looking for it raw, but I couldn't find it. So I was like, whatever. Let me buy it slab. And it's funny because that was the last book I needed to complete my Immortal Hulk run. And it was one of those things where I needed it like that day. Like, I needed to order it that day. If not, I would have just went crazy. So that was the only one that was on eBay, and I bought it. I was just like, F this, I'm buying it.
Sometimes you got to pull the trigger on something because you don't know when you'll see it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially 100%. Those like what was the print run in that? Probably like what, 300, 400, 500?
Probably. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. It can't be that much. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably 3 at the max. I want to say 250.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That
was great.
Gorilla goodness. That was sweet, man.
All right. Well, let's go around the horn. First, we'll start with you, Remy. What's coming up? What's coming up for you there, Sweetums?
Probably in a couple minutes we're going to talk about it.
What are we talking about?
I have no idea, but we'll figure it out.
RemyQ will be talked about.
We'll talk about it.
So everybody, go over to RemyQ's channel. We're going to talk about it.
And also, Remy, I know you do a channel. You do your own show on Thursdays. I'm trying to get you to it. But I thank you for coming on as a co-host tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. I just wanted to make sure that the questions that needed to be asked about those slabs were being asked, and
that we knew about his nomination for
yes
statues. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Jim, what's coming up for you, sir?
I do have an unboxing video coming up. I got some mail I need to open, and then digging. I might hang out on some channels. That's about it.
All right, coming up for me tomorrow night, you can catch me on Anachronic Comics channel when we will have. I'll be co-hosting with Joe on the Anachronic College of Comics or whatever. I messed up the name. Sorry, Joe. But
We'll get an
College of
education.
Comic Book Knowledge. But
Right.
Rob Batstacks will be the first guest on that show, so that'll be a lot of fun. And it's Spider-Man 2099. Will be the questions that
Oh.
Rob.
Got to have Rob on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, he got to pick what he was asked about. So, Joe and I got some questions. It'll be fun. It's the first outing, so tune into that if you guys can. I think. Oh, you'll have it in the mix going on at that time. So, so blame Joe for counter programming.
No, that's the more the merrier. That's why there's replays.
Coming up next week, I have Scott from Hoarder's Hide making his second appearance on the 10-1-1 Tuesday. On the 12th, we have Scott Pelichick coming on to talk about his book with Soldier Studios, Marcus, which I just read yesterday, and it was really good. Sets it up nicely. On the 13th, we're going to have this. I'm going to have my buddy Dan on from Out of the Panel Comics, and we are going to go over the prizes that we're going to be given out for anyone that makes a donation during the 10-1-1 episode of Comics Curing Cancer. And I'm gonna put this one out here now. Last year I got a beautiful Wolverine piece from community artist Austin LeMay, and I love that piece. It's beautiful, but I'm gonna put it up as one of the prizes during the Comics Curing Cancer show we're doing.
Wow.
So try to generate some money for cancer.
So
I think I have it right over here.
The one with the Brooklyn Bridge.
yeah,
Yes.
the one that I was looking at.
I've had a year where I've just looked at it and enjoyed it, and but I think it's only right to put it back out there for cancer again this year and showcase Austin LeMay's talent, and also just raise some money for cancer research. So that will be one of the prizes.
As a prize, not even an auction?
No, well, I'm trying to get as many people.
That's
as
amazing. No, I'm not.
as many people as possible just to donate during the show.
Gotcha.
Like we had some donations last year, but we're really trying to get some. We have Dan's got a couple sponsors. We're gonna have some boxes built. You're gonna have comic capsules for your comics that are gonna be in those boxes. Some comics, some all these cool products from people in the community are going to be in these boxes. But we are going to try to make the 10-1-1 episode with him this year. People, like you donate, you get your prize on a wheel.
Right.
Awesome.
I got to make it simple because I'm not looking to cut into anybody else's show. But this is a chance for you guys to get original art just by making a donation during Comics Curing Cancer during the 10-1-1. And I couldn't think of a better community artist to represent than put Austin LeMay up there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't want to part with it, but it's for a good cause. So I'll be happy to ship it to somebody that wins it.
DJ's like, what time is that again?
Oh, no.
Because I'm going to try to win that shit.
And DJ, what's coming up for you, sir?
Like that's
You just jumped in there, man. I didn't know what
oh snap! I did the Papa Doc.
Come
Tomorrow,
on,
tomorrow 9 p.m. in the mix. I'm again joined by my men's. It's RemyQ Studios, Linx IG Comics, Mark from Legion of Comics, and Tyler from Whack Comics. Just shooting the shit like we normally do. We'll have a full agenda that the guys will know about 1 minute before going live. And then that's how we do it. Probably talking about Loki and Ahsoka and New York Comic Con, like shit like that. I don't know.
Right.
Ahsoka was so good. Man, I love that series.
Yeah. Probably talk about Maniac Cop some more.
I know. I watched 1 and 2 because you got it in my brain the last time. So I've had to watch 1 and 2.
Love it. Love it.
But great show. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Remy, for co-hosting. DJ, thank you for being a guest, sir. Always a pleasure.
Oh, thank
And
you. Thank you for
I want
having
to
me. I
thank.
really appreciate it.
Oh, it was a fun time. And I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in, supporting everybody. If you're not a member of the Linx Squad, hit up that link in the description below and think about getting on board. DJ gives out great stuff. He puts all the effort you could put into something like that. It's amazing what he gives out every month. Definitely support him. And he's a good guy. He supports everybody else in the community, and he deserves it. So nothing but accolades for DJ. Like I said, link is in the description below. Sub everybody up. Remy's link, Jim's link. Go show some love to everybody and everyone in the audience. Thank you guys so much. And if you're watching on the rewind, thank you for catching us. And as I like to end these things, until next time,
Peace out,
keep
y'all.
it casual.